we read The Hat by Jan Brett, I would like to ask a question. Have you ever seen a hedgehog before, and if you have, what did it look like?
Well, I've only seen a hedgehog once, and it was really spiny, brownish white.
Okay. We're going to watch a video now. It's Jan Brett. She's the author of the book The Hat, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about what you think of the video afterwards.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Jan Brett, and I wrote the book you're about to see called The Hat. One of my pets is a hedgehog. Her name is Buffy, short for Buffalo Gal, and every night we let her loose in my art studio. That's because hedgehogs are nocturnal. They run about at night. Well, one morning when we came down, she usually greets us after a night of romping around the art studio, and she was nowhere to be found. Where was she? We looked in all her usual hiding places, and we still couldn't find her. Finally, after about an hour and feeling a little bit panicky, we looked and saw a slipper sock left on the floor. And there was a little bulge in the middle of it, and I thought immediately, I bet that's where Buffy is. We ran over with a pair of big scissors and very carefully cut all around her. And there she was. She was so happy to be free. Well, a hedgehog is covered with prickles, and when she crawled in, the prickles caught in the wool, and she couldn't crawl back out again. I thought maybe that could happen to a hedgehog in the wild. I hope you enjoy The Hat.
Now that you have watched the video, create one question that you would ask Jan Brett about her book, The Hat.
If I met Jan Brett, I would ask her why a hedgehog, because every other animal is a farm animal except for the hedgehog.
Okay, that's a good question. Next, we're going to read and explore the book The Hat by Jan Brett and create hats of our own. After we create our own hats, we're going to use adjectives or describing words to tell others all about our hat. Repeat after me. Given a worksheet template, students will design their own hats and describe their hat with 50% accuracy. In other words, you're going to be able to draw on, color, glue, and design hats of your own, and then describe in one sentence what your hat looks like or feels like using this template. Today we're learning about adjectives. Before we read our book, let's define what an adjective is. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. Examples include sweet and spicy for taste, hot or cold for touch, loud or quiet for sound, black and white for color, or round or square for shapes. Now we're going to read the book The Hat by Jan Brett. Every time you hear me say an adjective, touch your nose. And we'll write down the adjectives as we go. Winter was on the way. Lisa took her woolen clothes out of the chest and carried them outside. She was hanging them up in the fresh air when a strong wind blew one of her stockings off the line. Curious Hedgie found it and poked his nose in. When he pulled it out, the stocking was stuck on his prickles. How embarrassing, Hedgie thought. The mother hen came by with her chicks. Cackle, cackle, she clucked and laughed. What's that on your head, Hedgie? Why, it's my new hat, he told her. Isn't it beautiful? The mother hen cocked her head as if she had an idea, and off she ran. Hedgie saw the noisy gander looking down at him. Honk, honk, ho, 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 the gander laughed. Look at that, the hedgehog has flipped his gizzard. Laugh today, gander, but tomorrow when it rains, my hat will keep me dry. The gander thought for a moment, and off he ran. The barn cat was watching from a tree as Hedgie tugged at the stocking. Meow, he called down. What a silly-looking hedgehog you are with that thing on your head. But my ears will be warm in a snowstorm. Purred the cat, and off he ran. The farm dog and her puppies found Hedgie in a patch of brambles. Hedgie, is that a hat you're wearing? How funny you look. she barked, and her puppies yelped and giggled. But I'll be cozy and dry when it snows, Hedgie said. The farm dog's ears perked up, and off she ran. Oink, oink, the piglet squealed. What are you up to, Hedgie? The mama pig asked. Making sure my hat doesn't fall off and an icy wind blows up. I see, said the mama pig, and off she ran. Hedgie, what is that ridiculous thing on your head? The pony snorted at Hedgie. That was the last straw. It's my hat, of course. Don't you know that everyone should wear a hat in winter when it's cold and snowy? Hedgie shouted. The pony looked startled. Hedgie was usually so friendly. Hedgie just wanted to be alone. He was tired of everyone laughing at him, and with his thing on his head, he wouldn't even fit in his den. He didn't see Lisa running after him, the other stocking in her hand. Come back, you silly hedgehog, she called. Oh no, Hedgie thought, even the girl is laughing at me. Lisa caught up and pulled her stocking off Hedgie's head. You ridiculous little hedgehog, she laughed. Don't you know that animals don't wear clothes? Hedgie headed for his den, and Lisa started back toward the clothesline. That's when she saw all of her missing woolens. The animals had taken them, and each one was thinking, now I'm wearing a magnificent hat. Lisa was still chasing them when Hedgie reached his den. How ridiculous they look. Don't they know that animals should never wear clothes? Predict what will happen now that Lisa has discovered that the animals are wearing some of her clothes.
The animals will start wearing clothes and they'll take over the world, and humans will cease to exist.
That's a good answer. It's very creative. Good job. Using these materials, you're going to design your own hat using this template. You can color it and be as creative as you want. Once your hat is designed, you'll use a scissors and cut out your hat, and then you'll write a sentence describing your hat using at least one adjective. As you're designing your hat, think about what your hat might look like or feel like. An example could be, my hat is red, warm, and soft. The student wrote, my hat is very vibrant and colorful. Why did you design your hat the way that you did?
Because I'm a very vibrant and colorful person, and I'm also very weird.
So it reflects your personality a little bit?
Totally.
Very nice. Thank you.